you will feel like things are moving of the fastness and that time is moving faster and faster and faster. And you will be feeling that there is many of the things that need to be doing and that you are running out of time. But we are here to tell you that you are not running out of time, because there is no time to be running out of. So you are not ever going to be running out of the time. And in this moment, as the quickening is being of the happening, your main of the focus should be the expansion of your consciousness state, so that you can deal with all of the quickening and stay in of the alignment, but stay in of the stability nature.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Galactic Guidance with Marcus Bird. Hey,
Thanks,
Marcus.
Eleni. Hey, Eleni, how are you going?
I'm excited for today's
Good.
conversation. So
Yay.
I
Let's do that.
love speaking to Ameed, who is your spirit mentor that you channel and you bring
Yeah.
into the space
Yeah.
where we have a discussion about whatever we need to talk about. So whenever
That
you're
one.
ready to go,
Yeah, we can certainly do that. We'll see where we go today, hey?
let's see where we go.
Always interesting.
Yeah,
None of us really know what's going to happen, right?
exactly. You never know
So
where we're
that's
heading.
kind of fun. So anyway,
It is.
let's hand it over and I'll see you on the other side.
See you on the other side. So Marcus is now going into a trance state, and he calls in his spirit mentor that he's been channeling for the last 3 decades. Please listen to episode 1 where Marcus describes how this journey began for him and how he started to connect in with Ameed, who is a high dimensional being living on another planet. And we are always graced with so much wisdom and guidance from the beautiful Ameed.
There's much of the joyness that we are being in on this, much of the sacredness of the moment, Miss Eleni. We are much of the joyness to be here in this of the presence, and we are much of the joy to be of the service and be of the supportness and of the assistance through this moment in of the timescape and the time reality. There is so much that is being of the happening, so much that is being of the transition and of the transformation, and we are understanding that many are being in of the confusedness and being in of the wondering. That many in your what you be thinking of your recentness of the generations has not been in of this experience, but you have been feeling this has been coming for many of a time, and that you have chosen to be here in this of the moment to be of the assistance. Firstly, to be of the assistance in of the transformation, but be in of the assistance to receiving of the information to support you in of the transformation. There are many like of the meanness that are here to support and to be of the helpfulness, that you can be in of the connecting in and be getting of the support, whether you're getting in of through what you'd be considering your intuitive connection, or whether you are being of the receiving of the words, or even being in of the channeling, you are here to be of the receptivity. There are many that are waiting to be of the connection. There are many that are being here and around and of this dimension to assist in this moment of transformation. It is much of the joyness.
Yeah, it is a potent time. I can feel it. It's very interesting time where I feel like whatever we're hanging on to is getting released, and it's allowing space for the new to come in. I've got a question for you, Ahmed. You know, it is said that um, that all the opportunities that we desire are available to us the moment that we are aligned to that frequency. So, what is it that we need to do to get aligned to the frequency where all those opportunities will open up?
This is much of the joyness of the question. We have, in of the past communications, talked about the infiniteness of possibility that is presented to you in any of the given moments. And when you are thinking of this idea of the alignment into the infinite possibilities, but more of the importance into the alignment of what you are wishing to be, of the creation of which you would wish to be, of the materialization. And there are two other aspects that you need to be in of the consideration when you are looking for of the alignment. There are many times that you get being of the caught in one of the desires or one of the wishes or what you are thinking you are liking to be aligned to or materializing or manifesting. But sometimes this is not actually in of the alignment. So as the first construct, you need to be very much of the receptivity of this, what you're talking about, of this alignment process or this alignment concept. It is important to be in of the receptivity for of the alignment. And sometimes you are not in of the receptivity of the alignment. So then you are trying to align with something that's not actually in of the alignment. And this is what you are thinking of is feeling much of the complexity. But you are much tuned to alignment. You are tuned to the alignment of your, what you might be considering of your journey. There is an inbuilt, maybe what you were thinking, an inbuilt radar that tells you when you are in of the alignment or coming into of the alignment. And you need to be feeling into this coming into of the alignment. And this coming into of the alignment is about being receptive into the alignment, being receptive of your alignment. Because sometimes you are pushing into alignment and you are thinking, I wish to be aligning over here. Ameed, let me be aligning over here. Yet really you should be aligning over here. Because this is more of the alignment based on your, what you'd be calling of your mission or of your purpose or of your journey here in this of the dimensions. What you are finding now that you are in this critical of the moment of transformation, it is more important that you are fully in of the alignment and in of the receptivity of the alignment than ever before. Therefore, you are feeling the bumps and the turbulence of pushing or trying to be in of alignment of something that you're not actually meant to be in of alignment. So what you are seeing here is that many of the time ago, you would be sitting at the threshold of infinite possibility. And at the threshold of infinite possibility, you have threads of potential that you can choose, whichever thread of potential that you wish. And to some point, you could be alignment with any of the potentials that you wish to be in of alignment with. But as you are entering into this phase of the transformation, these opportunities are beginning to be of the collapsing, so that you are naturally begin to find of the alignment of where you are meant to be aligning, to be assisting in of your mission. So this might appear like you have a less of the choice, but in actuality, you are going to be feeling the destabilization of not being fully in of the alignment, but most importantly, being of the receptivity of the alignment. So you are moving past of the thinking, this is what I wish to be in of alignment with, or this is what I think I am meant to be in of alignment with. And being going of the beyondness of the thinking and being in of the what you might thinking of as the feeling, but of the deeper of the feelingness of, this is where the alignment is meant to be. And this is what you will be experiencing. You'll be experiencing the of the alignment. So you'll be feeling a relaxed nature. You'll be feeling a harmonic quality. You'll be feeling much more of the freedom when you are in of the alignment. Now, at the same time, you may also be feeling of the nervousness and of the anxiety state and of the worry state, because when you are in of the expanded nature that you are all in at the moment, you often, because of what you'd be thinking of your lineage, because of the journey that you have been on, that when you are fully stepping into of the alignment, not only do you feel of the relaxedness and of the harmonics, but you also feel of the anxiety and of the worry of it. This is only because of the lineage that you have been through. This is a remnant or echoes of the lineage that you have been through. And in of your lineage, there has always been of the concerns of the expansion and stepping outside of the self or into the moreness of the self. And there has always been worries and concerns and issues. And because of your lineage, where there has been much of the attacking for those that were stepping into this space, you are still feeling of the echoes. But none of this is of the truthness any longer, that you are here to be fully stepping into this space and to be fully of the alignment with this space. So therefore, we would be asking you to let go of the resistance, let go of the thinking, this is where I should be in, and connect into the deeper of the feelingness of, this is where I am meant to be. This is where my alignment is, even though I am still feeling some of the anxiety and of the worries and of the concerns. But I need to be connecting into the deeper of the knowing. And it will have you be expressing the as you find into it, as you line into it, as you feel into it, as you start to journey with it. There is much of the important mission for each and every one of you that are in of the broader understanding, or of the broader of the wisdom, or broader of the evolution, broader of the consciousness. Therefore, your decisions and your opportunities and of the infinite potential, although it still is of the existence, you will be much more directed in this of the moment than you have ever been of the directed. This can also create of the nervousness and the worriness and of the anxietiness that we are sensing that many of you are being of the having, because it might be of the feeling that you are being gently of the nudged or even of the pushed into certain aspects of the reality scape. We are all trying to be of the assistance to help you in of the alignment. And it is more important now than it has ever been of the importance that you are stepping into of this space. And if you are thinking of the linear time, there is less of the time for you to be what you might consider playing with of the infinite potential, because we need you to be in of the alignment, much more in the fastness, much more in the quickness, as the time begins to get of the closeness to this what you'd be calling of the fullness of the transition and transformation into the next dimension of the reality scape.
Well, this is very good news, Ameed. This makes me very happy that you're pushing us along so that we can get moving and start playing in the arena rather than watching from the sidelines. So that makes me very happy and relieved. And so you said your last words were, when we arrive in the fullness of the transition. When will that be?
We are much of the happiness and of the joyness, and you are often being of the asking, when will this be of the happening? And we are sensing into always of the impatientness of the journey that you are all being on. One of the distinguishing features of the humanness of the experience is this concept of the impatience. You are all very much of the impatience, but at the same time, we are much of the understanding of the impatient nature. We too are sensing of the impatient nature, although we have a much more conscious awareness of the timescape reality. And as such, there is not the thing like you are thinking of at the time. But when you are here in the third density of the reality scape and in this theme park, one of the constructs of the theme park is of this time nature. And therefore, when you are wishing for something to be of the materialization in the now moment, you are being of the impatient, and you are desperately trying to bring it forward. I wish to have all of this much faster and much of the quickness. But this is happening in of the bestest of the time, because the most important thing that you can be doing in of this moment is of the expansion of your consciousness. Because when of the shift is of the happening, if you are not ready in of the consciousness, then it could be having of the not so good of the effects. It could be affecting you of the mental of the level, and of the emotional of the level, and of the spiritual level. And we are wishing for much of you to come through into this of the next dimension of reality, so that those that are being of the left behind can be assisted by those that have been in of the transition. Therefore, this moment is beginning to what you might consider of the speediness of the up, and that there's more of the activity happening, and you can be feeling of the energies that are being in of the quickening. And if you are in any of the position where you are feeling in yourself that, feels like time is moving much quicker and it feels like there are so many things to do, Ameed, and there is never of enough time. This is a symptom of this moment that is being of the fast of the approaching. And as it begins to approach even of the quickness or of the soonness, you will feel like things are moving of the fastness and that time is moving faster and faster and faster. And you will be feeling that there is many of the things that need to be doing and that you are running out of time. But we are here to tell you that you are not running out of time, because there is no time to be running out of. So you are not ever going to be running out of the time. And in this moment, as the quickening is being of the happening, your main of the focus should be the expansion of your consciousness state, so that you can deal with all of the quickening and stay in of the alignment, but stay in of the stability nature. The quickening is not in reality the timescape quickening. It is the energetic construct of the universe and of an expanded density reality. And when you are moving into the next expanded density of the reality, it can feel like things move much more of the quickness. So of the example, in this of the density of reality, when you are thinking of materializing maybe of the object, you are knowing that that object is not going to be in of the materializing in of the instant. Now, some of you have been able to be of the materializing in the much more quickness, but in the general of the density reality, that materialization does take of the timescape. But however, in of the next dimension and the next density reality, things happen much more of the quicker. So when you are thinking of, Ameed, I wish to materialize this of the object, you will be noticing that the object does materialize much, much more of the quickness. This is the sense that you are having as you get closer to this of the dimensional or the next density of the reality scape, is you are sensing into this quickness. It is making you be of the feeling that everything is moving much, much quicker and of the faster, and I'm running out of time and I can't get everything done, Ameed. What is going on? But this is just of the symptom of the next density of the reality scape. And when you move into this next density of the reality scape, for a moment in of the time, you will think everything is rushing. Everything is moving way too of the quickness. Therefore, if you can be of the expanded nature of your consciousness, then you will not be feeling like this is, Ameed, this is way too much of the quickening. And when we are talking to you of the channel, what we would be telling him is, if you imagine being of the playing of the tennis, and if you are sitting there waiting for a serve, when you are in of the third density reality, you are waiting for a serve of someone who does not play very good of the tennis. And what you will be experiencing as the serve comes, what you call of the tennis ball does a plopping over the net. It is very much of the slowness, and you have plenty of time to be hitting of the ball. You are moving into a next density of reality, like you are playing of the professional of the tennis player. And when they are doing of the serve is going very much of the quickness. And because you have never been of the experiencing of the quickness of the serve, you have not got enough time to be making your racket go backwards and then of the forwards to be hitting of the ball. But once you have been in of this reality for enough of the timescape, you will be feeling that it is of the normal serve. And even when of the, what you call of the professional tennis player serves a little bit slower, you will think that it's very, very slow. And if you were to come back into the lower of the density realities and see of the ploppiness of the serve, you would think that the serve is not even moving. You would be having so much time. You would be having not just of the seconds, but you would have minutes and hours and even days waiting for of the ball to be coming over of the net. And so your experience of the density of the reality is much of the changing and preparing you for the next density of the reality scape. Therefore, if you can bring of your consciousness, expand of your consciousness, preparing of your consciousness to be receiving much more of the quickness of the serve, then you will be much more of the readiness to be stepping into this transitional moment, this expansion into the next density of the reality scape.
And so when you say prepare your consciousness, do you mean, go into stillness and be present in the moment? Is that what you mean by that term?
Even of the more so that when you are doing of your busyness, that rather than being drawn into and being what you might be calling of the caught in the Ameed, this is moving much of the fastness. There are so many things to be of the doing, quickly, that you actually be in the process of expanding your consciousness into the slowness of the experience, knowing that even though of the timescape feels like it is of the quickening, that every of the activity that you are doing, you do as if everything is of in the slow motion, just like you are receiving of the slow of the serve. There is a technique that we have taught your channel when he is being of the playing of the tennis, is that you even imagine with your consciousness that even if it is a fastness of the serve, that you are slowing of the ball down, and that every ball that is coming across of the net from the other player is coming across slowly. It is like when you are watching of your movies, then you put them on of the slow motion, and you just hit of the consciousness button to go, right, I am putting everything in of the slow motion. Because when you are transitioning into the next dimension of the reality scape, into the next density, that version of the slow motion will be normal speed in that density of the reality scape. So in this reality scape, in this density, we would be asking you that every time you are feeling of the quickening, that you place it in of the slow motion. So you allow your consciousness to be controlling of the speed of the reality scape, and that you are imagining that everything that you are needing to get done in of the quickening is actually in of the slow motion. And so you are pushing the button of the slow motion, and you're imagining everything that is going in of the slow motion.
I love it. I love it. We've all got our own remote controls, and all we've got to do is press the slow motion, especially in those times that we feel like we need to hurry.
This is
Love it.
much of the funness, because what you are experiencing is a collectiveness of the what we are being calling of the quickening, because you are being of the prepared for the next density of the reality scape, and in of that reality scape, you will be thinking things are moving much more of the quicker. You will also be in the joyness of the much more of the quicker, because your materializations will happen much of the faster. This will be much of the fun.
So much fun. Thank you so much, Ameed. That was amazing. I can't wait. I'm very excited about where we're heading and what we're doing.
We are much of the excitement as well. We are loving that you are in of the joyscape. This is part of the alignment when you are being in of the joyscape, and we are much of the excitement for you in of this joyscape. And there is much of the love and much of the celebration. Much love, much joy.
Much love, much joy.
Oh. Hello.
Hello.
Wow.
It felt like
That seemed
that
like
message.
fun. I don't know. Was that fun?
It was good. I felt like that message was directed at you. That's what I
Oh, was
felt.
it?
So it felt like that Mid was speaking to you directly about
I'll have
all
to
the
watch it
things that
back.
you need to do. And
Oh no. I have been a bit in that, but yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I got little bits of, speeding up stuff and, but I'll have to watch it back for
yeah,
sure. For sure.
I love it. I love how
Yeah.
we've, she said that we've all got the remote control, and when things appear to be going too fast, we just need to press the slow motion button. Really,
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. That sounds like a good idea.
just
Eleni, sounds like a great idea.
yeah. Like I do that if I've been in a car, say, and I'm running
Okay.
late for something, and I
Yes.
just
Yeah.
close my eyes and I actually call upon the Time Lord, and I just
Mm.
say, okay, just slow everything down, just slow
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
And inevitably, I get there at exactly the right time, no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Totally. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we just need to practice those sort of things, in every aspect of our life and
Yeah.
expand into that.
Remembering we are the creator.
Yeah,
And so
totally.
this
Totally.
this playground is just everything that we project. And so
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
start acting like the creator.
I hear you. Definitely. Perfect. Love it. Yay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Beautiful message.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
very needed at this time
Yeah.
where we're
Yeah.
transitioning to the higher
Definitely.
realms
Yeah.
where things will be moving faster.
Totally. Totally. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's great. Yay. Thank you.
Fun times.
Thanks. Thanks for helping and
Thank
facilitating this
you,
and being part of this
Marcus.
journey. It's super cool.
It is super cool, and always with actionable strategies and
Mm,
techniques that we can practically use in our
yeah.
everyday life.
Yeah. Yeah. That's helpful for sure. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. And thanks, Eleni. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
soon.
Bye.
Thanks. Ciao. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to Galactic Guidance. We hope that the messages that you receive from the higher realms have brought you clarity, insight, and comfort. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel. Remember to stay connected to your own inner guidance and trust the journey ahead.